A long time ago in Ileri, the land of promise, animals and children, clay pots, fruits and clothing, men and women, all in turmoil, searching for the fastest route to escape the terrible and horrible attack that is being unleashed on the village by the fierce and foremost Kaluka marauders, led by Aziz, a notorious and dangerous warlord. Men can't find their wives, mothers their children, and children their siblings. Is a scene of chaos just the night of the fishing festival. The people cry as they behold the helplessness of their ruler and their limited warriors who have no competition to these armed assailants. Male children are taken away as slaves, women assaulted as their village is being ravaged. One of the elders cried aloud, "Help us! Help us, our ancestors, help us! Help us! If you do not help us, we have no hope. Help us! We await you, our ancestors, help us!" He continued to cry. Months went by, and the village gradually returned to its economic activity as well as social life. Morenike, a young maiden from the palace, who was assaulted and impregnated by one of the assailants, but for fear of being mocked, went into hiding, is due for delivery. Alone in the forest, not knowing what to do, she calls on the gods to help her deliver safe in their hands. As the labor pain worsens, she screams in pains and hate for he who has done this.
My ancestors, take my life and spare my child. Let the sea bring judgment upon our tormentors.
As she screams, the storms rage like never before. Lightning strikes the earth with such ferocity that the elders claim it is Sango, the Yoruba god of thunder and lightning, unleashing his wrath. But as dawn broke, the village discovered something extraordinary amidst the ruins of a great tree that had been split in half by a bolt of lightning. "What is this?" they all say. "Oh, a baby." A baby girl wrapped in leaves, her eyes bright as the sun. As the brilliant flashes of lightning lit up the surroundings, and weary of the wonderful storms reached, the villagers sought shelter. The village warriors hastened to seek Otumba, the oldest shaman of the village. Known for his deep understanding of the elements and his experience during times of Sango's great display of power, they hoped he could offer wisdom and guidance in the face of such nature's manifestations. Moved by the miraculous circumstances of his discovery, Otumba gently cuddled the baby, seeing her as a divine blessing bestowed upon the village in a moment of renewal and hope. And with a sense of reverence, he named her Adeola, which means crown of wealth. From the day she was found, Adeola grew with an uncanny connection to the elements. Thunder would roll in the distance whenever she cries, and the skies would clear when she laughs. The villagers knew she was no ordinary child, but they kept their distance, fearing the wrath of Sango for meddling with his chosen. As Adeola grew into her teenage years, her powers became more pronounced. She could call upon the lightning to strike where she pointed, and her voice could command the wind. She practiced in secret, honing her abilities within the forest shadows, hiding from prying eyes. When Otumba makes her weed the farms, she uses her powers to achieve these within a second. Years passed. The leader of the Kaluka marauders, Aziz, had heard of whispers of a girl with power over lightning, and he wanted to capture her to exploit her abilities for his own dark purposes, so he planned to return. Adeola and other teenagers play hide and seek in the village square. She felt the disturbance in the air, the oppressive stillness before a storm. As the marauders creeps through the village, torches in hand, setting hearts ablaze and chaos unleashed, Adeola and her friends paused, a ripple of confusion passing among them as they wondered what could be wrong. Without hesitation, Adeola sprinted towards her home. To her horror, she arrived to see flames engulfing her house, and there was Aziz, desperately dragging her father Otumba by the shoulder. Adeola was angry. Her eyes glowed with an intense light. A first flash of lightning illuminated the sky as she raised her hands, and a deafening thunderclap followed. The villagers, terrified, watched as the storm descended upon the marauders with unprecedented fury. Adeola's power was like nothing they had ever seen. Lightning struck with deadly precision, disarming and scattering the marauders. Aziz charged at Adeola, but a bolt of lightning sent him flying back into the darkness. Adeola pursued him, her hands raised high, ready to exert vengeance for the atrocity he had committed against her family and village. As she summoned the lightning to strike down Aziz, who lay prostrate on the ground, Otumba's voice tore through the air, a desperate echoing screams, "No!" Adeola froze. Her expression etched with confusion and disbelief, silently questioning why she should spare the life of a man capable of such evil. With agony in every breath, a faint voice whispered, "He is your father." Her eyes flew open. A tumult of pain, hatred and confusion swelling within as tears rolled down her cheek. Otumba, his voice thick with emotion, reveals to her how years ago, during a ruthless attack, Aziz had assaulted her mother, resulting in her pregnancy with Adeola. As he spoke, the sparkles of lightning in the sky begins to fade, mirroring the deepening complexity of Adeola's emotions. Adeola, not knowing what to do, with mixed feelings, she runs. Adeola runs into the bushes. The villagers were in awe of Adeola's strength, but also fearful. They didn't know if her power would bring Sango's anger upon them. Adeola herself began to question her role. Was she a protector or a weapon of wrath? The villagers, unaware of her inner turmoil, continued to look at her as their hero.